Hey, family, welcome to the iMANi channel. You came to be motivated. We came to take you there. So let's grow better, be better, and do better. How y'all doing? This is Base iMANi.
Yes, and this is Coach Green Gene. How you guys doing out there?
Yes, sir. And before we get started, because we got gems to drop today, I want y'all to I want you to subscribe and ring the bell. It helps us grow, and we want to grow with you all because y'all are family.
That's
And
right.
on that tab, before we get into our personal lives, when it comes to the growth of our channel, uh for me, it's like I bring this up all the time. It's about consistency over intensity. And right now, episode 20, this is a landmark for us. So I wouldn't say I'm completely demoralized, but I'm excited because every time I see an incremental growth or a position where we can grow, it's somewhere that I really jump at to say, hey, coach, let's try this. Hey, coach, let's do this. One big thing you'll definitely see that's different is the screen that we see you see when you first click on the video, the headshot for the video. It's the small little changes like that that will, I believe, that's going to help us go towards the trajectory where we want to go, where is being able to reach people, to help people grow better, be better, and do better. And it doesn't happen overnight, and there's a reason why you have the Joe Rogans, the Andrew Schultz, the Charlamagne the Gods, who've been doing this for a decade plus, and they're able to say, man, it don't happen overnight. But then being in the process is not easy. But if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. You know what I'm saying? And so I truly believe this, and I say this, Mart, every time I talk with a coach. There is a need for positivity. There is a overwhelming, like, we have enough negativity on the market. There's enough foolishness out there. What there is a need of currently in the market, in the world, is there is a need for positivity and people who want people to feel that void in their life. And the same within the universe, if you have enough dead space, like, people will start to gravitate towards you because people have to feel that empty space. So I just wanted to speak that out because, like, this is episode 20. Like, who knew we make it this far? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking back at our first episode. I'm like, what has it been? What, like 6 months or something? Like,
Yeah.
almost, if not, you know what I'm saying? And so this is huge. And I look forward to being able to look back from this at episode 40 and episode 100 and see the exponential growth we've seen because, like I said, there's a need for positivity and what people wanting to grow better, be better, and doing better.
You do better. Man, Imani, that was powerful. That right there is a great example of how we should live our lives professionally and in our intimate and close relationships and with our family. We need to stop, take time and smell our roses. We need to stop to take time to be present and acknowledge, efforts that have been put forth by ourselves and others. That's just so important, right? Because sometimes we get so lost in the day-to-day grind that we pick our head up above the dirt and we look around and don't have an orientation of where we came from and where we're going. Are we on episode 5 or episode 205? I don't know, but I'm gonna get back down and start digging. You know,
Exactly.
and the thing is that you've made motion, but what's more important, motion or purpose?
Yes. Yeah.
And I think that you sounded off very correctly into the atmosphere of our purpose of uh, encouraging people to grow better, be better, and do better. And I was watching Kevin Samuels. I've been watching him lately, and I've been taking things out of what he has been saying, things that I agreed with and didn't agree with, because I know he had a lot of people out there that didn't agree with what he had to say. I didn't agree with 95% of what he had to say, but sometimes we're so quick to judge. But I think one thing that I did appreciate about Kevin Samuels is that he stood his ground on what he believed, and he created a path for his belief system. And he stood by it, and he created, something that that was out there for people to challenge, for himself to challenge. And I mean, whatever, your take on it, I think the biggest thing that I took from it was that, he stood strong on his belief system and he came forward. And you know, a lot of what we do today, when it comes to fulfilling our purpose, is having a belief that you believe in what it is that you're doing. You know, and sometimes people don't check what they're doing because they don't know that their belief system is tearing people down.
Yeah.
And that's what you were going to, is a lot of content out there where people are being torn down, and we feel that it's our responsibility, because it's a part of our purpose, to build people up as it relates to growing better, being better, and doing better.
Yeah.
You can grow better. You can be better. You can do better because you were designed for that. And
Yes.
sometimes it's difficult because we're weighted down with the daily grind. We're weighted down of what other people think, and our original selves never get the opportunity to break up through the muck and mire and the concrete and blossom, so that we can actually see our original selves. We can actually see our signature moves and identify what it is that we're good at from the inside inward, and appreciate that. So we masquerade ourselves by trying to be something that, you know, doesn't fit our original design. And, you know, I guess I'm just coming from a particular place just to let people know, they're encouraged to take a visit to an indigenous way of knowing, be it astrology, card reading, intuition, whatever you know may float your boat, and as it relates to a spirituality, getting an encouraging word from a spiritual teacher, a pastor, a shaman, a monk, or whatever, to understand that you're more than just this fleshly ball of flesh. You know, you are physical, you are mental, you are intellectual, and yes, you are energetic, or you're spiritual. And you
Yeah.
have to get to know yourself on all of those levels. And that's what we want to bring to this channel, the opportunity for you to grow better, and be better on all those levels.
100%. And I love what Coach said. Like, it really is important to me that people understand what it means to not thrive and live in foolishness. When I think about the life I've been building the last almost year now, I don't need to take a break from life anymore. Let me explain that. People complain about the work they do, and they go 8, 10 hours a day. They go to work and they're driving, commuting, all these, and they're miserable for the majority of their day. And so they get home, they gotta watch TV, or they gotta be on social media all day. For them, they say, I just need a break from reality because it's my reality sucks. And they say that, and a lot of times I feel like it's the choices that we make as people that causes us to be in a reality that for us we may see it as sucks, but just may be difficult or frustrating. However, when I look at my life and the choices I'm making as a young professional, I don't when I have the full agency in my life to live and breathe how I desire, I don't feel like I have to take a break from being me. Because I took the time to get to know myself, being me, being authentically me is refreshing. And I find myself now having to take a break from what the world pushes towards me by coming closer to myself. And the more I spend time intentionally isolating in prayer and growth and doing the things that I love, it allows me to feel the fulfillment 24/7, where before I needed to gravitate towards sometimes what may be toxic, the TV, the technology, the social media. And so I say all that to say I want to encourage you all to start making choices today so you don't have to take a break from life in an intoxicating environment. What you'll come to find is when everything you do, you love to do in some shape or facet, you'll find a level of completion in life where you'll move and you'll breathe better because everything just makes more sense. And It doesn't mean everything's going to be good. I want to talk to you all about this real quick. It's called an ikigai, and I'm going to bring it up. Uh, you'll see my screen leave for a second, but what your ikigai is a combination. It's IKIGAI, and it's a combination of what you love, what you need, what you're paid for, and what you're good at. And when you combine those things, it gets you to have different combinations uh, that will lead you to find what is your passion, which is what you love and what you're good at, your mission, what you love and what you need, your vocation is what you need and what you're paid for, and your profession is what you're paid for and what you're good at. And then when you finally find, I pray my camera's back now.
No, you were saying Iki. How did you say that again?
IKIGAI. I pronounce it ikigai, but it's Japanese, but it may be
IKIGAI. Okay.
Yeah. And so what you'll find is when you find the perfect balance or flow for all four of those quadrants, you'll find the center, which is your ikigai. IKIGAI. Thank you, Coach.
Yes.
And so what I find and what I'm finding is the more I release the toxic things out of my life and understand that yes, I live in the world where they're there, but there's a lot of times when we choose to go towards them, we choose to partake in those negative things. The minute we move close with intention towards your ikigai, which is the four circles coming together, you move towards more what it is basically means is the purpose of life, why we live, why we do, you know what I'm saying? If it's something tangible that you can move forward. So I wanted to bring that up. There was a lot of different.
What was that? What was the four quadrants again?
The four quadrants. I'm going to pause for a second.
Yes.
It is what you love, what the world needs, what you can be paid for, and what you're good at.
Mm.
And those are four different circles that when they intersect all together, they make your ikigai. IKIGAI.
Yes.
And what that's all basically about is if you really are looking for a reason for being, like a lot of times we keep saying grow better, be better, do better, but why? We want you to grow better and be better and do better because it is the reason for being. You know what I'm saying? It's the why. It gives you like a direction to move forward. Like the why of it is like, what's the reason for being? It's to grow better. It's to live better. It's to be better. You know what I'm saying? But it's also combining the process of understanding that the journey, like life is about the journey, not the destination. So even when you feel like you reach like that ikigai moment where you have found the perfect balance and flow for all the quadrants, you're going to grow and your circles are going to expand. And now you're going to have to recenter down to that center portion again. So it's a never ending journey, but that's what I love about life. I love pursuing 99.9%, understanding that it's impossible, but that's what's fun to me. You know what I'm saying? So find what's fun to you. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, like I know I jumped. Yeah, go ahead.
No, that is totally fine because you hit the nail in the middle of the head, as you always do, on time and in time, which we're so thankful about. And the first thing that came to my mind is that I wanted our audience to just take a moment and put down in the description what you do in order to help you stay centered and not to transform and find yourself, going back into those disruptive places, as iMANi was talking about. And how do you, find yourself in your flow state, as iMANi would say, in your peaceful state or in the present? What are the things that you do? iMANi named several, but I wanted you to work with the audience or the community in general. And I think it'd be helpful if we see everybody's items on what they put down in the description on what is it that you do to help you stay centered and stay in your flow state. Did you again want to comment on that again, iMANi? Just a little, maybe one or two or three key things, and I'll follow you about, staying in that flow state, staying present. Go ahead.
100%. So one thing that I do, and I'm actually going to do something fun. I'm going to snap my fingers. So this is one of the things that I do for fun. And this is actually a perfect segue into the magic minute for this week. I wanted to talk.
Wait, people, you got to understand this now. We just came up with this particular segment within the Hype Man channel. But what iMANi didn't tell Coach is that he named the segment. Can you tell us what this segment is called, iMANi?
This segment is going to be called the magic minute of the week. Come on now. So this is just 1 minute for you to learn a little about Magic the Gathering. And you learn about a passion that I have that helps me get closer to my flow state, to helps me get closer to my ikigai. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm mispronouncing it, I want y'all to call me out and down in the comment section. If you want to comment about anything, call me out. Say base iMANi. It's pronounced this way, and give me the upside down E's and stuff. But today we're going to talk about the very foundation of what the game is, and we're going to talk about these 5 lands. It's right; these are lands, or how some folks like to call them, your money. So what these are is Magic the Gathering is a resource-based game. So you put these into your deck of 60 cards, and you put whatever number you want, but this is the resource you use to pay. So if I have this one right here, the green one is a forest. The white one is called a plains. The red one is called a mountain. The black one is called a swamp. And the blue one is called an island. And you can see the words I'm talking about. Next to basic land, you'll see the word island. And you'll see the little logo right there. That's the set symbol and the word island up top. Yeah, island up top there as well. And the set symbol is, there's different sets that come out, and I'll break more of that down. We'll talk about the dissection, but the dissection of like what's all on a card. But basically, what you need to know is every time you want to use your money, every turn, you could put 1 money on the board, on the table per turn, and whenever you want to use it, you'll take that money that you have and you'll turn it sideways. And then that imaginary money will float above your head until you use it to cast whatever spell, whether it be a creature, an instant, a sorcery, an enchantment, whatever you want to do what you want to do within the game of Magic the Gathering. So if you have any questions, put it down in the comment section and I'll put it there. But that's today's lesson, the basic land. So yeah, the magic minute for the week.
The magic minute for me. And what I feel impulse to do, and Coach Green G, he gonna have to come out with a segment. I'm gonna have iMANi to name it because that magic minute was hot. Let's take time to look at, and I don't want to, because Coach and iMANi can talk all day as it relates to grow better, be better, and do better, because it comes from our why. It comes from who we are. We were created. We were born into this universe to cheerlead, to hype you up, and we do an amazing job at it. But I wanted to take a moment to explain what it was from my perspective as to why Magic Gathering assists iMANi to stay, to regulate his flow state. Because I think a lot of people may question his particular device, his particular realm or fixture that assists him with his flow state. iMANi, that's just a game. iMANi, how you gonna waste your time like that? iMANi, yada 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 yada. See, what you don't know is the man is 25 years old. He's graduated from college honors. He has had several different interactions, professionally with music. I mean, he has a CV, resume, reputation to conquering various levels within his life, martial arts, you name it. Because he has that resume, he spent time to study and recognize his self and how he interacted in all these different dimensions to help him understand how he's dialing into life. And what he's realized is that when he plays this particular game, not just any game, but this particular game, it ignites his energy. It ignites ways within him to help speak to various levels within his intellectual mind, his emotional feeling based within the world, his physical awareness, right? And his energetic or spiritual impact. That's why it's more than just a game, because it helps him feel fulfilled. It helps him move in fulfillment, and it helps him think about his fullness. Think, feel, do. Mercury, Mars, and Venus. We interplanetary constellations, we're built and made from the stars, right? And there are energies and frequencies that are all around us. And it's just important that we don't judge. It's important that we don't compare. It's important that we take a deep dive on the inside to analyze what it is that actually triggers us, not emotionally triggers us responsibly, to fall in and look on the inside and bring out the value and the gold from within. And now I know I said a lot, but I wanted to spend time with that just in case someone might have had any questions or concerns as to what it means for you in your flow state.
100%.
It might be,
No,
it might be cooking, it might be music, but go ahead, iMANi.
No, and you hit it right there at the end. This is my flow state. This is how I get into my flow state. And I tell people this all the time, for all my brothers out there, my sisters out there. Understand everyone has a different way that they navigate life. So let's talk about how you would pick somebody up if you're in the dating scene. I'm 6'5". I have a deep voice, locks, beard, all these different qualities that some of my friends don't have. So for me, I don't have to be a super big comedian in order to get the ladies. I can just be me and be my, like, I'll be corny sometimes when they'll still come. And I'm wondering, oh, okay, I guess something about me. And I have all these other physical attributes and spiritual attributes and emotional attributes and mental attributes that make me not have to be as quick tongued as somebody else. But on the other hand, you get maybe a shorter guy. He's maybe whatever height he may be, maybe not as tall, maybe not the full beard, his beard's a little patchy, whatever not. But he maybe use his wit to maybe like define like a partner. You know what I'm saying? For the woman, she may use her intellect to find a partner. She may use her spiritual journey within like finding a partner through church. She may, for some women, they may use their attributes physically. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be like, having a more slender body or a more like, fuller body to attract people towards them. Everyone has their own style, how they do things. It's not about how you do them, it's how you're going to use those to serve you. And even more, why you use those to serve you, making sure that you do everything intentionally with the right frequency. But with all that said, if you have any questions, let me know down in the description. This is something that is not just, it's not just the beginning, a means to an end, or like I'm going to do it, make a bunch of money and dip. No, this is actually something that I look towards to be able to bring knowledge and to the Black community, especially in like for Black, for BIPOC, for Black Indigenous people and Indigenous people of color, because this game was not made for us. However, there's a lot of liquidity when it comes to earnings that you can make through this game through opening opportunities, starting from your local gaming store to doing different tournaments or even selling different products. Like a fun thing that I love to say is that last year, Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast as a company made $500 million. That was 70% of Hasbro's earnings for the entire year. And that was net. Like that was net earnings. That was that was the gross earnings after paying all the marketing and everything. That was money they made post that. And that was also higher than that was the highest year they've had after already having a record-breaking year the previous year in 2020 during the middle of the pandemic while we didn't have no money, apparently. You know what I'm saying? So the earning potentials, whether you decide to sell a product, play the game and earn money through playing it, there's so many earning potentials. For me, it excites me. And if something I said excites you, please let me know down in the comment section. I love to hear your point of view. So that's
Yes.
part of the infinite number of reasons that I love this game. So yeah, man.
Love it. Man, I think that leads us to our next segment, but I can't introduce it like you can, man.
Hey, you already know. It's something quick. It's the beer check-in, boy. Come on, right? Hit it real quick. Come on, check in.
Check in, boy. Check in. Got that
Hey,
coach got that dual quality going on.
yeah,
That
that salt and
two-tone.
pepper, boy.
How you doing with yours,
Hey,
man?
man. I'm doing good. I recently just shaved mine down. I got a 3/4 guard on, and I pulled mine down just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Uh, line this up over here a little bit, and just I'm gonna let it regrow back. And this is something I do every so when I'm getting ready to transition to a new season. I'm getting ready to move to Kansas City, so I shave my beard down a little bit, and it's still full. It's still doing what it does, but just gave it a little pull down a little bit when I enter a new season. This is something I do. So how about
Yeah.
you, Coach? How you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling real good. I, did a little bit so and so, and it's funny that you said that. I cut mine down a little bit too because it was growing a little splastic there. So I wanted to bring a little form, and Mom kind of screamed at me. She said, "I told you not to cut it." She said, "I want to braid it." She ended up braiding my beard, man.
Hey, look, man, this is my beard tip of the week. I do agree with Coach and Dr. Dua. When it comes to growing your beard, let it grow. Don't always be trying to cut it and line it all the time because you're never going to give the hair time to grow because you're doing too much. However, at the same time, sometimes you got to get rid of the old to make room for the new. And sometimes for me, what I find is sometimes that like those extra hairs at the end have made were unhealthier hair that it's time to purge, just like getting your hair trimmed or whatever, not your haircut. Sometimes if especially when you're first growing it, the hair on the outside may be thinner before you get to the thicker hair, like before it gets to the more thicker base, not to mention it may have been less healthy because the roots that came out when you were using the products and the oils to help thicken everything up and to get that more luscious beard look you're going for. So don't be afraid. Like after you get maybe about an inch or so, it's okay to go with the 3/4 or a ½ inch if you want to. Well, I prefer the 3/4 because I like to actually keep my fullness. But just to bring it all down, even it out, I do about like ½ inch for the mustache and 3/4 the rest of the beard, and bring this down and I fade up and do the line up here. So that's what I do. I want to know what y'all beard tips. Drop some down the comment section. But how about you, Coach? Health and wellness.
Health and wellness. I came from a place the other day and I kind of questioned again my energy when I got back. I was driving home and I felt the back of my neck get tight, my throat, kind of feel and I know it wasn't any sickness. It just felt like stiffness. And I hadn't eaten anything. And I said, you know what? I bet you that's just something spiritual. So when I got home, before I came in the house, I took my clothes off in the garage. I went and got my black obsidian crystal. And I just set it by the bed. I took a shower and it was a full moon the other night. I just took a shower and I put my intentions out there and just woke up in the morning feeling well. And that health and wellness tip is just to recognize your intuition. If you're not feeling right sometimes it might not be a physical sickness. Sometimes it might be something energetic that you're dealing with, and you need to observe that and pay attention to your feelings, your emotions, your mental intellect as to how you go about handling those imbalances.
100%. Thank you so much, Coach. I appreciate that. And so with that said, that's all. We love you all. Like I said, like, subscribe, ring the bell. We love you all. Peace.
Peace.